Yeah, hi. Thanks for joining. Today onwards, like we are going to start our actual course. Okay. So today we will be talking more about Linux operating system and the overview of the Linux operating system. Okay. So just to let you know that we are doing complete Linux course. Okay. It will be like 30 to 40 days of Linux course. Okay. So where we will be learning, uh, we will be talking about most of the Linux things only. Okay, and our aim with this course is like we are we are like making you like perfect in Linux from basics to advanced level. Okay, so first thing, like first and foremost, we will see about what is Linux. Okay, and next what are the features of Linux we will see. Okay, and next we'll go to like flavors of Linux. Okay, and we will see some components of Linux here. And next we'll see like how do we use the putty terminals in the online terminal demo. Okay, we will see that. Okay, and first and foremost, what is Linux? Okay, Linux is nothing but it is an operating system. Okay, so like how we have a Windows operating system, so similarly Linux is a operating system. Okay, so by using this, like users and application can communicate with the hardware components. Okay, so we will discuss about operating system in detail in next slides. Okay, and come to history, it was developed and created in 1990s. Okay, by Linus Torvalds. Okay, so Linux is an open source. It is Unix like operating system. Okay, first, it was created by Linus Torvalds in 1991. At that time, the response of the Linux was very huge. Okay, so because it's a freeware and it is an open source operating system. Okay, so Starwald, he was like a computer science student. He began the project as just a hobby. Okay, he began just a hobby, but quickly it gained like anything, and so many community of developers started contributing to his research, his Linux. Okay, so that's how Linux came into the picture. Linux came into the industry, and it became so much popular. Okay, and with lots of extensions, with lots of improvements of to the base version. So in the beginning they have created only base versions, but after that with lots of extensions and lots of improvements to that base version, so several flavors has been introduced. Okay, these flavors has been introduced by organizations and some other companies. Okay, so what are the flavors? So some flavors like Red Hat Linux, Ubuntu, CentOS, or Kali, okay, or Oracle Linux. Okay, so other flavors came into the picture here. Okay, so now we will see what is an operating system. Okay, so what is an operating system? So before you understand the concept of Linux operating system, so you need to know the basics of operating system, or simply we call OS. Operating system simply we'll call OS. OS is nothing but operating system. Okay, so well, what is an operating system? Okay, as I said, like it makes a user and application to communicate with the hardware components. Okay, so why do we use operating system? Without operating system, will your computer work? Okay, if it works, what are the types of the operating system we have? Okay, so we will discuss all these things here. So first of all, like what is an operating system? Okay, let's say so taking an example of our human body only. Okay, like so we all know like our body will not work without a brain, right? So without a brain, our the parts of our body will not get function. Okay, like the same way, so without operating system, your computer will not work. Okay, and your phones will not work. Okay, so let's try to understand in practical example. So let's say you have a laptop or you are purchasing a laptop. Okay, so what are the key components of the of any computer? Okay, let's say you are purchasing a laptop. So what you are purchasing basically, you're purchasing some hardware components, right? So you are purchasing monitor to display, you're purchasing mouse, keyboard, okay, and all other things you are purchasing. But essentially you are purchasing a hardware. Okay, so that is nothing but CPU, RAM, IO. Okay, so these things you are purchasing. Okay, now so the parts of the computer is ready. But so if you do not install operating system, then it is useless. Okay, so in our phones also we have Android operating system. Okay, and in Apple phones we have like iOS operating system. So that is why like we are able to operate the mobile phones very smoothly. Okay, so if you take the definition of an operating system, like it provides or serves an interface between your software and hardware. Okay, so what does it mean? So because of this, like we can easily communicate between user and computer. Operating system has been installed. Okay, so since computer understand only machine language, so we only understand human language. Okay, so what operating system doing here? It converts our language to computer understandable language, and it converts computer language to our language as a output. Okay, we displays through our monitor. Okay, so that we can easily understand the communication. Right, so that is where like a user and application can communicate with the hardware components. Okay, so next like we'll see uh, some components as some hardware devices we have here. Okay, so let's say we have a keyboard, monitor, some applications we have, a disk drive, mouse, printers we have. Okay, so all the programs are written and stored in this operating system. Okay, and able to function all the parts. Okay, for each part, like each component, programs are written. For keyboard also some programs are written to interact with the operating system, to interact with the computer. For monitor also there is one program written so that it can communicate with each other. Okay, for some applications also, some disk drive, so mouse also. So when you are clicking any mouse, so some programs are written. Okay, when you are clicking the left button, when you are clicking the right button, so for each and every device, there are some programs are written in this operating system. Okay, similarly for printer also to function the printer, some programs are written in this operating system. Okay, so when you are giving some print action here, print some document, so it will like it will give the instruction to printer, hey, please print this document. So now then it will print that. Okay, so behind that, so all the components have some kind of basic programs written in this operating system so that it will get function. Okay, so if operating system itself is not there, okay, if operating system itself is not there, so these are not possible to function. These will not get function. Okay, right. So this is where like operating system facilitate communication between user and computer system smoothly. Okay, so by this way it is offering a user friendly interface to face for our interaction. Okay, so that's why like I'm interacting with this uh, computer. Okay, I have written all this stuff, and we are able to see the monitor here, and it is able to display us all these details to us. Okay, so that is where like an operating system. Simply like operating system, it is a interface. Operating system, it is a interface between your software and hardware components. Okay, so that user can easily interact with each other, right? Okay, So next we will see like features of Linux. Okay, so we have like first one, it is a freeware and open source software. So simply we call it FOSS. Okay, so it is freeware. The reason for Linux is so much popular is it is freeware. Okay, so because of its free operating system, okay, unlike Windows, Windows is licensed operating system provided by the Microsoft, whereas Linux is freeware. Okay, and next one is open source software. Okay, so means so code of this operating system is freely available in the internet. Okay, so if you know little bit of coding knowledge, so you can utilize the base version of a Unix operating system, and you can develop a new operating system of your own. Okay, so that is about like a freeware. So because of this freeware and open source, Linux is very much popular. Okay, and next one is multi-user operating system. Okay, so Unix can be like Linux can be used multi-users. Okay, like multiple users simultaneously use this one. Okay, hence it is a so multi-user operating system. So multiple users are using simultaneously. Okay, so next one is like a multitasking operating system. So we can perform several tasks. We can execute several tasks here, like simultaneously. We can execute multiple tasks at a time. So that's why it is like multitasking operating system. Okay, and next one is it is user friendly. Okay, so user friendly, it is very user friendly because so we can like interact with the operating system very smoothly. Okay, so there are two kinds of supports we have, like it supports both CUI mode and GUI mode. Okay, so what is CUI mode? CUI mode is nothing but your character user interface or command line interface, we will say. Okay, so we have seen that like how we can interact with the command line. So we created some directories. We are listing some files by using some ls command. Okay, we are changing the directory by using cd, right? So we are some creating some files by using touch command, right? So those are like command line interfaces. Okay, so that is like only it has only text mode supported. Okay, only keyboard will work there in CLI. How about the GUI, graphical user interface? So in graphical user interface, like so we can click the buttons. Okay, so so we can simply like call button, or if you want to listen the audio, we'll click the audio button, or if you want to see the messages, just click the messages that icon. Okay, so we will simply click all these things, and that can work in GUI mode. Okay, so that supports mouse here. So this is a GUI mode, so it supports mouse. Okay, it supports like text, images, graphs, etc. Okay, so nowadays like Linux, it supports both the environment CUI and GUI, both the modes it supports. Okay, right. So next one is it is more secure. Okay, so compared to Windows operating system, so Linux is more secured one. Okay, let's say for example, you have a Linux laptop. Okay, and you have a Windows laptop. Okay, so you do not need to install any kind of antivirus on Linux operating system. Okay, however, on your Windows operating system, so you must have some antivirus installation. So you must need it, like something like a McAfee or Norton antivirus. Okay, so any other antivirus software we required in Windows, but in Linux it do not require any antivirus software. Okay, it is by default very secure one. Okay, so these are the features of Linux. Okay, so next we will see. So what are the flavors of Linux we have? Okay, so as Linux is like as Unix operating system is open source, so multiple flavors are available with lots of extensions and improvements. Okay, so we have Ubuntu, we have Red Hat, we have CentOS, Fedora, Solaris, SUSE, and some more operating systems also we have. Okay, HP Unix also there, IBM AIX also there. So many are there. Okay, but for our classes, we are going through only this CentOS operating system. Okay, but all these operating systems have, all these flavors have lots of similarities. Hence, if we are perfect with the one flavor, so we can like work on any other flavors very easily. Okay, so without learning all the technologies separately. So if we learn only one technology, one flavor, so we can work any other technologies very easily. Okay, so these are some of the flavors of Linux, right? So next we will see the components of Linux. Okay, so the major components are like shell and kernel. Okay, so so we have shell and kernel. Okay, shell is nothing but it is the outer layer of Unix operating system. It is the outer layer of Unix operating system. Okay, so what it does, it reads our command. It reads the command which user is giving to this one. Okay, user inputs the commands. Okay, it reads that. Okay, it reads that and it check whether the given input is uh, correct or not. Okay, the corresponding command, so which it is giving, which is available or not, it will check. It will validate in his database. Okay, so if everything is correct, everything is proper, then it transfer this command to kernel. Okay, so it will like hand it over to kernel. So what kernel is doing here, so kernel, like, it is a core component of Linux operating system. Kernel is a core component of Linux operating system. It is responsible to execute our commands. Okay, so it is responsible to interact with the hardware components. Okay, and memory allocations, process allocations, so those things also will taken care by kernel. Okay, so nothing is that simple. When user types some commands in the terminal, so we open the terminal, user types some commands. Okay, let's say user typed some touch command, he has typed touch space some demo.txt. Okay, then what shell is doing, shell will do like it reads the command, it will check whether that command is valid or not. Okay, and whether it is used properly or not. Okay, if everything is proper, then only like shell, it translates that command into some kernel understandable format. Okay, shell hand over that interpreted command to the kernel. Okay, now the kernel execute that command and it perform required activity. It gives the output. Okay, so once command execution is completed, then again shell returns to Unix prompt. Okay, so Unix prompt is nothing but dollar or hash prompt. Okay, so for that, like what we are using, so this is the command flow. Okay, we will see that. So command flow here. So let's check that with our command line interface. We'll open the putty here. We'll see the example here, how it works actually. Okay, let me make it bigger. Okay, so simply what I'm doing here. Okay, this one is gone. Yeah, so let's say, so I am a user right now. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm typing something. Okay, touch space, some command I'm typing here. Okay, let's say like test123.txt. Okay, so when I am typing this one, so what happens? Shell. Okay, the shell reads this command. Okay, so it reads the command. Okay, yeah, whether uh, it is valid command or not. Okay, so whether it is used properly or not. Okay, so if everything is proper, like it will send it to kernel. Okay, so now, so whatever the command I have typed here, so that is correct one, and the syntax of that command also correct. I used that properly. But suppose if I am typing like something like, so caps if you are giving, and if you are typing something else, you are giving some file name. Okay, 234.txt. See, so now what happened? Our shell, it has validated. Okay, it has validated the command whether it is correct or not. See, normally it is a case sensitive. Linux operating system is case sensitive. We need to give here small letters only. Okay, but I have given like in the caps letter. So that's what like it didn't work. Okay, so our shell, it validated that. Okay, it verified that yeah, this command is like it is not properly done. Okay, so that's why it has given the error output. So it didn't send the output to the kernel. Okay, so there itself it stopped. So what happened here? Like it successfully executed means it has like valid, the shell has validated, so everything is properly done, and it given to the kernel. So kernel responded like yeah, so this has been created. If command is wrong, then itself it will give error. Let's give some add some text here. Welcome to Linux. Okay, so I'm typing cat space text 123.txt. So it has displayed now. Okay, so cat is used to display the content of the file. Okay, so whatever the content is there in test123.txt, so it will display here. What shell is doing here? It is validating a cat is properly written or not, it is valid command or not. So if it is valid, then it has sent to the kernel, and kernel is giving the output to us. Okay, so welcome to Linux, the kernel giving the output to us. So that is where like shell and kernel works. Okay, so this is the command execution flow we have. So end user types some command in the terminal like touch sunny.txt typed. Okay, so what command will do here? Command will submit it to the shell. Okay, once we type this one, it submitted to the shell. What shell is doing? It will just check whether the syntax is correctly or not, it properly used or not. Okay, if everything fine, it will go here. Or if it's not fine, then simply here it will give the error. Like if it is proper, yeah, then shell what it will do? It will convert it into kernel understandable form, and it will hand it over to the kernel, right? So kernel, next kernel, it execute the command and perform required action. Okay, again like, so once it is executed, so we will get the hash prompt or dollar prompt, right? So we have seen here, so once it is executed, so again we are into the hash prompt, right? Again we are into the our terminal itself. Okay, so that is what that is our command flow. Okay, and next thing like for online Linux terminal, so what we are using here, so we are using linuxju.net. Okay, so it is a online free terminal, and we can access by any browser. We just need an internet connection for this one. And how we can utilize this one? So we can use this terminal by downloading the putty software. So just now we have did that, right? Okay, simply we need to log into this linuxju. Okay, so once we log into this linuxju, we need to register first. We need to register with our Gmail ID. Okay, you have already done that, and once it is done, so you logged into the linuxju.net. So we need to turn it on, switch it on. Okay, it will take some time for booting process, and so once it is done, then we are ready to use that particular Linux operating system. Okay, so here like we have so many flavors here, so many operating system flavors we have here. Okay, but for our purpose, CentOS is our Linux, so we are selecting Linux. Okay, so here they have given certain usernames and password. Okay, and this is our host name. So host or server name we will say. Okay, so this is our host name. So we can use either host name or IP address. But for now, so they have provided only host name to us. So based on the host name, like we will log into this putty. So we downloaded putty from putty software here. Putty download. Simply we can download the putty with the official this website. Okay. Simply you can download here and this will get download and you can simply click on that. It will open this interface. So here like we are giving our host name. So what is our host name? linuxju.net is our host name. Okay, and simply click OK. Open this. So then it will prompt for login as. So it is asking for the username. So they have provided username to us like root, okay, and alias. So two usernames they have given to us. Root, I'll say, and the password is secure. Okay, so we are giving the password as secure here. So this way, like we interact with the Linux Zoo and we can so do whatever we are doing in the office. So we can play with this Linux operating system. So what is the version of this one? So this is our CentOS version. CentOS Linux release 7.3 version. So okay, so here itself we are doing all the activities. So this is the command line interface, and whatever we are having, this everything is like a GUI mode. Okay, graphical user interface, and this is our command line interface. Okay, so this is all about like our operating system. Okay, so what are the things we have seen in the previous class? So we have seen some commands here, like so we have seen some basic commands. Okay, so some basic commands. What are the commands we have seen? Okay, so present working directory we have seen here, like pwd. So it will give present working directory. Okay, and next to list out the files and directories, what is the command we have to use? ls.
Let
Yeah, ls is the command we have to use. So it will display so a list of
all
files
the
and yeah, all the files,
directories.
files and directories, right? And to create a directory, we have used mkdir space some directory name we have to give, some name we have to give here. Okay, right. So give some directory, something like okay. So demo 123. Yeah. So our directory has been created. So now, how to validate this has been created or not? By using again list. We need to list that.
Let
Yeah. Yeah. ls-l command. Okay. So ls-lrt we have to use to see that in the latest one at the bottom. So demo 123 directory has been created now. Okay, and next one is like cd command we have seen. If you want to switch this directory, then we have to use change directory cd. Okay, cd demo 123. Okay, so likewise. So again, if you want to see what are the contents inside, we have to give the ls command. Okay, check which directory you are present working directory pwd. Yeah. So there are no files or directories here available in this directory right now. Okay. So how to create a empty file?
touch command.
Touch is a command. By using this, we can create a empty file. Let's say test.txt. Okay. And validate this one ls-lrt. Okay, this has been created, right? So after that, we have seen some commands like how to remove a file. Simply we'll use rm. Okay, so rm space file name. Okay, so by this way, like it will ask whether you want to, are you sure whether you want to delete or not? Yes, yes, I'm sure. Okay, now again check, again list out. So whether this has been deleted or not, we can check by using ls command. Okay, right. So similarly, yeah, so if you want to go back, we have seen like cd dot dot for the previous directory. Okay, currently you are in root and demo 123 directory. Okay, so if you want to go to previous directory, we have to use cd space dot dot. Okay, can now check which directory you are right now. pwd. So you are in like a slash root directory. Okay, yeah. So now list out all the directories, all the files and directories. Now I want to delete this directory. Okay, so to remove directory, we have used rmdir. Okay, how to remove a directory? By using rmdir space and directory name. I want to delete demo 123 directory. Okay, press enter. So it will get deleted. Okay, so next, like we have seen cal command. So cal, it is used to display your current month calendar. Okay, so this is our like current month calendar. Okay, right, and today's date also it will give. We can also see like date command. It is used to display current date and time. So it will display date and time, both the things it will display. Okay, so this is the a date actually the server is running. So this is not like in our Indian format. So this is something like a Pacific format. Okay, PST. Alright, so this is the date and time also it has given in this format. Okay, so now so our terminal is like full. If you feel like your terminal is full, okay, now you want to clear your terminal, then which command we have to use? Clear. Clear is the command we have to use for that. Okay, it will clear. See, okay, it will clear the terminal. Suppose like so you do not want to clear by typing anything, but there is a shortcut also. Okay, so what is the shortcut we have used to clear the
Control.
control? Simply L. So we need to press both the things at a time. Control plus L. Okay, so it will clear the terminal, right? So few things like in ls command also we have seen something. Okay, ls is simple ls. It will display only files and directories in alphabetical order. Okay, but in long listing format it is not giving. So we are not getting like full information regarding these files. It is simply displaying files and some directories it is displaying. Okay, but I want some in detailed format, like so when these files are created, what is the time of this thing? Okay, something, some detailed format, and what are the permissions it has. So for that we have to use ls-l. L is nothing but long listing format. Okay, so this way it will display. Okay, and we already discussed like uh, how to identify whether it is a file or directory. The first character. Okay, if the first character is hyphen, then it is a file. Okay, if the first character is D, then it is directory. Okay, the first character is D, then it is directory. If it is hyphen, then it is like a file. Okay, and next thing. So this is giving like in our like alphabetical order. Okay, but I want to display like reverse of this one. Okay, so it is giving like A to Z format, but I want to display in Z to A. Okay, for that we have to use ls hyphen l. L is for long listing and R. R is for reverse of this alphabetical order. Like simple we say, will say like descending order. Ascending order it is displaying, or descending order I want to display. Okay, so it will give like Z to A format. Okay, but so I cannot see like so what are the recently created files here. So these are like old files. 3rd I have created this thing something. Okay, for January 18th, September 8, Feb 1 or 2. But today is 22nd date. Okay, so I want to display. So based on the time when it has created. Okay, for that we have to use T option. Okay, so it will display like LRT. It will display the latest ones at the bottom and old ones at the top. Okay, see this. So just now we have created test123.txt. Okay, so this is how we have to use this ls-lrt. Okay, and this thing demo directory we have created yesterday. Okay, these directories we have created yesterday. Right. So demo test underscore directory test1 we have created yesterday. So it has given like these dates. Day before yesterday we have created this one, and today we have created this. So now simply if you create anything like so touch abc. Okay, let's say abc.txt. I'm creating this one. Okay, now I want to see again ls-lrt. See the latest one which you have created that is coming here. Okay, at the bottom, right? So these are the things we have seen. Okay, so we already discussed like if you are having like first character as hyphen, so that represents like normal file. Okay, if it the first character is D, that represents it is a directory. Okay, if it is having like a dot. Okay, so we have like two options here. CD dot is nothing but current directory. Okay, and CD dot. So dot is representing like previous directory. Okay, if you want to switch to previous directory, then we have to use dot. Okay, so cal commands we have seen, and date commands also we have seen. Okay, yeah. So one more command we will uh, learn here today. So that is cat command. Cat. Okay, so cat is nothing but to display the content of the file. Content of the file. Okay, cat is to display the content of the file. Okay, so we have created this abc.txt just now. Okay, so let we display what is there inside that txt abc.txt. We will see that. Okay, so we just created. Okay, we just created this. So just remove that abc.txt. Okay, let me create once again abc.txt. Okay, let's check it out. See abc.txt created now. Let's see what is the content of here. Cat space abc.txt. Okay, so nothing is there. So cat is used to see the content of this file. Okay, so let me add some enter some content here. For that we have to use VI editor. Okay, if you want to edit or add something, we have to use VI editor. VI space some file name. Okay, here insert I we have to press and add anything. Okay, welcome to Linux class. Okay, and simply like we are saving this. How to save this one? Colon WQ. It will get saved like that. Okay, so now I want to like display the content of this abc.txt. So we have added some content there. Okay, so just display this one, cat space abc.txt. Okay, so this is the content. Welcome to Linux class. Okay, so for that we have to use cat. Okay, so this is where the cat is coming here, and so we have so many commands we have. Okay, so we'll see some echo command. Echo. Okay, so echo command, like whatever we write, so this is to print the information. Okay, echo command. So this works like a print statement in C language, Java. We use print statement, right? So like the same way it will work. So the syntax for this one, echo space, in double quotes we have to give some comments. Okay, so here I'm using echo command, something, simply enter. So it will display the same thing. See, I'm using echo command. Okay, so this is about cat and echo. Okay, and going forward we are going to use these two. Uh, this means like basic commands in going forward. So we will use these things like regularly. We'll use, okay, everywhere. So we'll get these things only. So cat example I'll write here. Cat. So this is for echo. Okay, for cat. This is the example of cat. Cat and some file name we have to give. Okay, and echo space in double quote we have to give some information. So that will print the your details. Okay, so this is for only printing. Okay, this cat is for only like displaying the content of the file. Okay, so this is like to printing. So whatever you are typing in the command line. Okay, yeah. So up to this clear, Hari?
Okay, yes.
Okay, yeah, yeah, Hari. So with this we'll like disconnect. We'll complete today's session. Okay.